Happy African Liberation Day. We're right here at the Brikama College, of course in Brikama. And the last time you saw me here, it was the African Nation Quiz competition, and that was the preliminary. And today, 25th of May, African Nation Quiz, African Liberation Day, the final taking place right now. Of course, I've got this beautiful young lady here, Fatima Kamara, who works for the
National Center for Arts and Culture.
National Center for Arts and Culture.
As a copyright inspector.
Exactly, we would have her to say that, but for now I have her because the program is still going on. So I would let Fatima to tell us what she makes of this African Nation program, and of course to tell us about the African Liberation Day too. Perhaps one or two things she might want to share. You're welcome, Fatima.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me, Sira. This is so amazing to celebrate African Liberation Day because we are Africans, and then this shows that our forefathers have worked so hard. People like Kwame Nkrumah and others, Nelson Mandela, you name it, a lot of them. Even I will not forget about Yahya Jammeh, even is the president.
And Jawara, of course.
Jawara, of
yes.
course. Sadauda Jawara,
Yes.
care about Jawara.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is a day that you know that it's celebrated across the world. You know, it's celebrated in the U.S. It's celebrated everywhere. Today, every person that's a black person, you feel liberated, you feel proud, and you feel honored. You feel like you have the freedom of speech and you have the freedom of life, and that you can do anything. It's really amazing what I see out in the hall there too. Also with the celebration and everything, the kids, you know. Today I learned about a lot of things about different African cultures, their dressing, their coat of arms, you know, and then their mission and a lot of things, their language that they use as an official language. So kids coming together from different schools and then learning about different African continents, their
Particularly
their
West African,
experience.
yes,
Yeah,
West
so
African
that's a really an amazing thing, you know, because I have learned a lot, and other kids too will learn a lot. It will be very, very good for everyone, both the students and also the audience.
Obviously, and also it has gone to show, to expose the students as well, because you don't only limit within what Gambia has to offer, but of course, you know, Africa as a whole. So, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure having you. I'm
You're
sorry
welcome.
for disturbing.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's really fine.
Thank you.
Because you know, we have to celebrate this thing. We have to be proud of who we are. We have to be proud of Africa. We are the future leaders of Africa, the young ones. Like what I said before in my speech, we have to motivate the young ones because there are other people who you know that they are voiceless. So if we have the voice, we have to speak for them. It's very, very important.
Right.
So this is something which you know that I really encourage this thing to move forward, so that the younger ones, the younger generation will learn from the generation.
Obviously.
Yeah, this is really amazing.
Thank you so
I
much.
can't say anything more than this one. I am so delighted. I'm so happy. I'm so proud. Honestly, I'm so proud. And the National Center for Arts and Culture, on behalf of my DG, he will be honored to hear about the information that have been said here and all the things that has happened here, the cultural diversity, the exchange of the attire suits, like the clothes and stuff. There's a lot of things that happen here. This shows that we the African, we know where we come from, and we know our history, we know our background and everything, we know our culture. We are rich in culture and norms, and we respect our value. This is very important,
Right.
because we have to be proud of who we are.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Obviously, we have to be proud of who we are. Of course, we've had that from Fatu. Thank you so much. She gave a beautiful speech in there. Of course, that's why we felt it was necessary to have her. But also, she represents the National
Center
for Arts and Culture, which is beautiful. It's about culture as well. You know, proud of what we have. I talked about the culture. Our culture is what we have. We have to be proud of that. Thank you so much.
And in the last but not the least,
yeah.
I want to emphasize this. The National Center for Arts and Culture, they are responsible for the arts and culture in the Gambia.
Right.
So I will urge it to all students and schools for them to kind of like have a visit at the schools, like at the museum, for them to visit to know about their history. Because if you want to know any history, or you want to learn anything about Gambia or the history of Africa and lots of things, when you go to our museum, you will learn a lot from them.
Okay.
The Banjul, we have the museum in Banjul, we have the Arch You know, we have a lot of things displayed there. So they will see, you will see it physically and you will learn from there. We have tour guides that will teach you about what are the artifacts, informations that are in the museum. They will teach you about it, and they will kind of like tell you about the histories, and you will learn it. Not just the information you have in school, but you will see this practically because you are touching the objects and you are seeing the objects. So that's
Right.
another thing.
Right.
And then we have also we have Washu Stone Saku
Okay.
at Washu,
Right.
and then at Janjambre too, we have the office there too.
Right.
We have a museum too at Janjambre too.
Right.
So we urge many tourists to come and visit this place to know the history of the Gambia, to know the history of Africa.
Right.
And then also we have Bara. Also we have an office in Bara.
Right.
Also we have a museum too in Bara. So
Fantastic.
you say we are doing an amazing job.
Obviously,
see?
you are doing an amazing job,
And
of
also
course,
in Dufre, we have the James Island called the Kunta Kinte Island.
Of course.
So all those places are amazing places, and they're part of the World Heritage sites in the world. So this is really amazing. So people need to come and then visit this place and know their history and know their background and know where they come from.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Well, we've all heard it. Thank you. We
Thank you.
appreciate it. So there we have it from Fatoumata Cissé, who of course represented the National Arts for Culture. Of course, from there now we are here. We have Mr.
Ibrahim Danso.
Mr. Ibrahim Adanso, who is representing the MD for Social Security and Housing Finance.
Finance
Of course, they are
Corporation.
part of the main sponsors for this
Exactly,
program.
exactly.
Sir, it's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So could you kindly share with us, what do you make of the African Nation quiz?
Yeah, it's very, very important. It's very laudable, and then I can see the impact is very meaningful. Students, they socket their intelligence through the quiz, and then once I was there, definitely I could see the excitement from the organizers, the students. You know, it is lovely indeed. Definitely, it's eye-catching, and then definitely, you know, memory-catching. Indeed. Definitely, the impact is great. It's huge, and then we hope, as a corporation, we will definitely partake in more programs to come, and then be sponsoring the programs.
Okay,
Yeah,
fantastic.
yeah.
So of course, you've been in the program, and I'm sure you've saw how the lining of questionings were.
Indeed. Indeed.
How would you say if schools are to adhere to such a quiz, how would it help to transform the educational system? Because if you are sitting there, I sat there, and I
Exactly.
can really tell that there was something wrong with our educational system. Because
Exactly.
when it comes to the general questioning, you realize that, you know, when it comes to the Gambian part, there are some questions that were not actually answered quite remarkably. How do you think quiz of such magnitude is going to help the educational system in the
It is
Gambia?
very important. A quiz of such magnitude will help the education system to develop, because students down there don't know everything in the classroom. But once they interact and they get the lessons as required, definitely each time a quiz is organized, they will do best to make sure that, you know, they get first or second, whatever. Such quiz competitions should be a nationwide. Cross-cutting, so that at least the general students all over, irrespective of the school you are attending, from nursery school to the last level, even at the university, could be organized, so that at least it was a learning point for me at one point. When students were answering, sometimes I forget what I recapitulate some of the answers they do give. Exactly, it is a excitement moment for me as a representative of Social Security and Housing Finance Corporation.
Obviously, of
Right,
course, we've all heard it. But also, as your institution is forthcoming when it comes to education,
Exactly.
what would you tell other companies that perhaps are not engaging or partnering with such organizations, that is, non-government organizations that are organizing such important quiz? What would you have? What do you
Exactly.
have?
What I will tell the other sister companies like the state-owned enterprises, you know, we all have these corporate partnership. This corporate partnership now, we need to the dividend, at least to give a lending hand to schools, to such quiz competitions, whatever. CSR. So our CSR now, you know, part of it should be given to schools, students, whatever, in this crusade of doing this quiz. Definitely. So my company, Social Security and Housing Finance Corporation, our CSR, definitely, we hope we will continue sponsoring such a program. Exactly.
Thank you
Yes.
so much. Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Thank you for the
You're
time. Thank
welcome.
you. Thanking the entire management of Social Security under the leadership of our managing director, Mr. Salum Malang, and the entire board of Social Security and Housing Finance Corporation, and the entire staff of Social Security and Housing Finance Corporation. Mr. Ibrahim Danso speaking. Thank you very much.
Right. Of course, there we are. From Social Security, we are now having a teacher right here. We shall let him introduce himself and tell us the school that he is teaching.
My name is Mr. Modlamin Jata, commonly called Uncle Jata. I am a teacher of Longman Memorial Methodist and Preparatory School.
Okay, so is your school participating in the quiz?
Yes, my school is participating in the quiz.
And of course, as someone who has been here since morning, when it comes to the questioning, the line of questioning, when it came to the Gambian portion, I saw how weak schools were to answer that part. What can you tell us the quiz has done, or as a teacher, what have you learned so far from the quiz, and how well are you able to perhaps force that into the school system?
It was never easy, but I believe teachers are doing their best. But this is going to be another additional assignment for the teachers to at least, especially that is going to be the SES teachers or the history teachers to teach the students more about their own native countries and help them to at least emulate systems that is going to be rapidly helping them in their social home studies.
Okay, so then do you therefore accept that there is something wrong in the way we teach our students?
It's like it shows it because students have different means of understanding, and besides, I believe sometimes students don't. I just don't want to personalize this, but I have to. It's like students also has their special problems when it comes to practicing, because they believe that especially students from the Gambia, they always believe in first-hand informations. Whatever is said by my teacher is the correct thing, and besides, if they have it in class, they will not even bother themselves to go and practice or read it. But there are specific questions that I believe many of the students, or most of the students, have dealt a lot with their teachers, because I had let's say there was a particular question that my student even missed. I wasn't expecting it. That was ECOWAS. The meaning of ECOWAS is the economic. Instead of economics, he said economics.
Okay.
So it's where he missed it.
Right.
So obviously, it's like I taught her that this is not the way I taught her.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
It might be the crowd is also another. The crowd might be another factor that can lead to her failure or due to her poor pronunciation of that particular word. But I'm not blaming her.
Right.
But I believe I did my part, and my colleagues. I'm also thanking the admin, because we all work collaboratively in making sure that we read the day. Okay. So I am at least happy. It's not when you said competition, it's like I will take an example of football, a football match. Sometimes not everybody can be a winner, but if you participate, it's also another plus, because I have one of my students who is crying. But this is what I keep repeating on her mind, just to have something at least, to know that we are behind her still with the mistake.
Right.
I'm telling her that this is a competition. No matter what happened, just behind it, you might see yourself in somewhere that you don't expect. You understand? This minor mistake or this small mistake cannot let you down. You understand? Be strong, and therefore there are so many people who are not fortunate to face the media.
Right.
And here you are, you get it all correct. So this, I believe, with that of my talk or that of my saying, have motivated her at least in one way or the other.
Right. Thank you so much, Mr.
Jata.
Mr. Jata. Thank you. It's a pleasure having you.
Thank you, ma. Thank you.
Okay. Cheers. So here we are, and of course, having all the others speak, it's important we have the participants themselves speak. And with me here is
Ghana.
Ghana.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about Ghana?
Ghana is a country of, its nickname is Gold Coast, and there are too much goals in, like they have goals in their country, and they are the second peaceful country in Africa, according to research. Ghana is the meaning of Ghana means warrior from a Soninke word. That's what I know about Ghana.
Fantastic. And what are you called? If you're from Ghana, what are you?
A Ghanaian.
And I understand the competition is over as of now. What position did you take?
Second position.
How was the competition?
It was fantastic.
How did it expose you?
Yeah.
Fantastic. You're happy?
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. So, of course, from Ghana, we are now with
Gambia.
We are now with the host country, Gambia. What can you tell us about the Gambia?
Gambia is a country full of peace, and as we all know that peace is all about tolerance. Whether you are a Mandinka, a Jola, a Fula, or Sarahwe, we are all the same. One Gambia, one nation, one people.
Fantastic! You are a Gambian.
Yeah.
Okay, did I spoil it? What are you called? If you're from Gambia, what are you called?
Proud Gambia.
Oh, that's beautiful. What position did you take from the competition?
Third.
Oh, she took third position. Did you feel exposed?
Yes, I feel really exposed, and this show is really educated. Yeah, I'm really happy.
Fantastic. What advice do you have for other young students, perhaps?
The advice I have for other young students is that education is the key towards success. Whether you have gold, silver, without education, that gold and silver is nothing. So that's all.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, so there we go. From Ghana to Gambia. Now we are
Malawi.
Malawi. What can you tell us about Malawi?
Okay, Malawi is a peaceful country. As the host is the smiling coast of Africa, we are known as the warm heart of Africa. As there is white gold, we have gold named green gold, and that green gold will surprise you that it's tobacco. We export tobacco.
Fantastic.
As I say warm heart, I don't mean just by words. If you visit Malawi, you will know that you will agree with me as we are the warm heart of Africa. And I'm a Malawian. I'm a proud Malawian.
Oh, beautiful. I've seen you got this cup. How did you get the cup? How tough was it? By hard work.
Yeah.
How was the competition? Because I know it wasn't easy. I was there since morning and I saw the line of questioning. How was it for you? How tough or easy was it for you?
Very tough.
Tell me about it.
It was very tough.
What did it take you?
I almost died.
Really? Did you get up early, like at night, to study? Did you have to use the internet to do research?
Yeah.
Did you did all that?
Yeah.
And how did you find it? What would you say?
It was amazing.
It wasn't easy, but you made it.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for the young ones?
Never give up.
Never give up. Thank you so much. And yes, yeah, thank you.
It's me.
No worry.
My mind is-
There we go again. The last time you saw us, it was right here at Brikama College, and it's again here right at Brikama College. Of course, today happens to be the African Liberation Day, but also the final for the African Quiz Nation. As the host, it wasn't easy for her. Let's have her say something. Tell us about the competition today, the
Once
final.
again, thank you so much, Generation Next. I will say the famous African word Ubuntu. I am, because we are.
Yeah.
We all joined hands together, especially my dear sisters. She has been with us for ages. Today is African Liberation Day. This day is so special, not only because it's the African Liberation Day. Many are at home, not even know why they are on public holiday. But here we are, gathered here today, having the African Quiz, the African Nations Quiz Championship. And within this championship, as I said previously, what we do is to bring current affairs around Africa, current development, the history also of Africa, territorial lines, borders, countries, their capital currencies, and others, their monumental achievements, also their geographical locations, and also things to find in their various African countries. Because sometimes we, the judges, we even make fun of it. As the question we ask, I asked one boy, like, there is currently an African president out there in Equatorial Guinea celebrating his birthday.
Yeah.
What's the name? That was a bonus question, but the boy
Obviously.
doesn't know.
Yeah.
And African Liberation Day is celebrated worldwide. And in the Gambia, it's famously known for the birthday of the former president, His Excellency, retired Colonel President Dr. Yahya J.J. Jammeh. Then, and it's really interesting, it's lively, and people learn from this. And today, alhamdulillah, we drew the quotas, we have our winners, but that doesn't stop us from progressing to another level. We are going ahead on the 10th of June, that is with our three beautiful queens.
Right.
I believe you interviewed or you had them captured.
No.
We're having them. We're having them anyway on the 10th of June, and we expect everybody to be there. And we expect people out there following this program on Generation Next, LSTV, and other media outlets to also try to render support to Mr. Tunde and team, so that we'll be able to go as far as the end of the Gambia, just like the spelling bee competition, from Koina to Carton. That is our target. And hopefully we will get there by the start of next year with the help of our good sponsors. One of them is Social Security. We also have Star Oil. Gambia, they came in new, but they're supporting. We also have AfriCell giving out credit and other GSM the companies. So we expect more from other philanthropists to actually support, because this program is to complement the efforts of the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education. So it is very important. Right now, what these kids can answer, even most of us, we cannot. It's because of what? The information provided to them. And they went home and they make their own research. Kids will be here, they will answer the question correctly, but sometimes I have to Google it.
I saw that.
So that means that we are really doing great. We are doing great because they are even stepping away from the confines that we gave them. They are making their own research, coming up with different alternative names that even the judges don't know. So we are really progressing. We are really doing good. And I wish next year it will be bigger than this. The finals will not only include Greater Banjul area, but from Carton to Koina. As in the spelling bee competition, we had a boy, a finalist, who is from Base Kobakunda, who took first that year. So you see, that is our dream. And with the support of our brothers and sisters, different institutions, including the government, private, public institutions, will be able to get there.
Obviously.
One day.
Well, thank you so much. And you see that beautiful outfit. I was like baffled when I saw that outfit.
No. I wanted to say, and then our MC, the dress is beautiful. I did not see you. I was like, where is she?
Well, thank you so much.
It was very hot.
Thank you so much, as always. I know it's never easy. Well, as she said, all we're trying to do is to complement government's effort. We say the government cannot do it all. But when we are doing it, then I think it's important that you support us. Thank you. Finally, well, I have to say finally, because it's really difficult to have Mr. Tunde. I'm sure when you listen to what Aissatou has been saying from the last program to now, she has been mentioning Tunde. That is Tunde, and he is the CEO of Tech M Transformation. Mr. Tunde, it's a pleasure to have you on Generation Next. Of course, we understand that you pioneer spelling bee competition in the Gambia, but also the African Nation, which is a new program. I hope in the whole of Africa, I guess. Yes. So tell us, why do you think, or why the need to come up with such?
Look, a lot of things is attached to this. All these young you are seeing, do they know more about Africa than European country? They want to hear something to go with dollar, America, UK, nothing about Africa. You see, even the adults, it is painful that we all are living in the history written by what? Livingstone and the Monga.
Right.
We never, just ask ourselves, are all these things real for Africa? We don't. And the picture we see about Africa is what? Poverty, war, darkness. And we carry it all over ourselves, and we look at Africa as nowhere to go. Who will write the history? If we can, how about these young ones? They need to know more about their continent. That is why this program comes to be. Not only for them to, not only to strengthen their culture of reading, no, but to rewrite the history of their continent. And we are very, very proud that this is the first of it in the Gambia and in the Africa as a whole. Though it's full of challenging, but at this very joint, we said, God, Alhamdulillah, because it is not easy. Why I say it's not easy, bringing people like this together under one roof. And when you look at this program, this is just the final, it started from somewhere up to this very moment. And also, I will thank Madam Indao for making this program a reality. Because if he saw the program as, no, this is pure Africa. And we will do it for the African than we Africans. So that is the major reason why we engage this young generation to see beauty of our continent, which all of us are witness to it today.
Obviously we are, and I must say, I happen to be one who has benefited a lot from what Tunde has been doing in this beautiful country called the Gambia. So, of course, Tunde, being there, of course, I've followed all major developments that have been happening. And when I sat there and had the line of questioning, I was quick to say there is something wrong with our educational system, because from the looks of it, when the questions were asked, because I understand each African country is being represented, but when the questions were based on Gambia, questions that were extracted here in Gambia, I was surprised to see that it wasn't forthcoming. How do you think this program, this quiz competition, is helping schools?
Well, as I've told you before, this is the first of it in the Gambia and also in the whole Africa.
Right.
We finished the we call it the media edition of the program, and all of us have seen how it goes. And our prayer is that we should make continuity of it, not to stop it here. What we have in pipeline is, we thought it wise that we should start now with Gambia National Quiz,
Right.
which will make the student to go deeper and know more about this very country. You can see, even someone having his school around this end, West Coast region, ask that person, which region are you? He will tell you, I don't know. Don't blame the kids. And you also you will be a witness to it that today, the teacher who came here today, seen the lapses in what they have been doing in the classroom. You see, my dear, the era of caging these children should stop now. We cage them in the classroom, we don't expose them. They are tired of losing that picture in the book. It has meaning to them. Cramming, pour it down, and they go away like that. But in a place where they're able to make a research, call their attention, you will see that they will tell you what they've been doing. There was a lady here from Morocco. She was attacking the judges. Yes, she said they said, no, it's this. To show you that that girl, I think she's 12 years of age, grade 6. And let me just reverse back a little bit. This is the first program in the history of Gambia that we bring together lower basic, junior, and secondary school. First of it in the Gambia, which no one has done. You see, I don't believe in the grade. I believe in what you have here.
Right.
We are saying catching them young, or we catch them young. When are we going to catch them young? We bring them together. They will grow together. They will see their emptiness and they will correct it. So if you see, there is nothing wrong with the Gambian system. What is wrong is, how do we deliver? As a teacher, I should see myself as what? As a mother, as a father to that kid. Not what? Animal. When you open door, that look, this is how it is, this is how the kids will now, she will sit down and look and make use of his hand. Before you know, the answer is being gotten. But in a place where we just cage them, okay, look at it, this is a school, this is the best student in our school. Is it the best student all over this area? No. When there's a competition, we don't even engage other schools. We now ask that child to move. We're expecting results. I can't get results.
Right.
So if we can expose them to different programs, my dear, these kids are full of talents, but we don't allow them to open up. We believe that we have a lot to do on our own angle, despite the challenges and everything, and we believe you people with us, I mean the media houses, I think we can go far. We are starting now with Gambia National Quiz. Then we now go to another angle, different one that is called African Nation Flag Quiz. When we talk about the flag, it contains many things. The color have meanings. The history of a country, how we struggle, what happened with our leaders, how they died, how they liberated. Like today, we're celebrating what?
African Liberation Day.
That liberation means what? They ask the student there, what do you mean by they ask her a question there,
yeah,
that go with freedom.
Freedom, yeah.
She was unable.
Yeah, that is a republic.
Republic.
Yeah.
Without a republic, we are nowhere as a country. That republic give you what? That stand, your flag, your national now symbol and everything, you become what? A freedom from what? From the European countries who enslave you. So to me, we are now in the system to see the beauty and to close the unsatisfactory gap in our education system.
Right.
Which through exposure, it can be done.
Obviously. Thank you so much, Mr. Tunde. It's a pleasure always, and happy to be associated
you are always
with you.
my darling, and you are the one that always say, Tunde, you can do it.
Obviously. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You are happy
Mr.
today.
Tunde. Yes, I am.
And also a way to brand for you and also to promote us. Your new next generation have a lot to offer this nation. Fatu Network started somewhere. She has a name today. How about you people?
Obviously.
You need this platform. Go to schools, bring them out, teachers, parents. You will see that men you will go for. And let me say, as if we agreed before, we are going to make a magazine of this program, isn't it?
Inshallah.
Which you have a column there.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yes, so there we go. That was African Nation Quiz, a program that seeks to enable students to understand more about Africa through research. Today was the final, of course, the 25th of May, which happens to be African Liberation Day. And it was 55 participants, that is to say 55 African nations that took part in the quiz competition, boiling down to 22, boiling down to a final, that is one person that won, or one country that won rather. It was an interesting program, and of course these are the very programs that we need to help in the roots, because when we talk about changing the mindset, where do we start? We said we start with the root, that is from schools. So of course this is a program that brings together students between the age of 9 to 12, and of course expose them as well, because we don't only limit ourselves within what we find in Gambia, but it's important that we listen, we research to understand about the world. And that is what the quiz competition has exposed. And if you were part of the audience, you would be baffled to see the questions, the magnitude of questions that were asked that I particularly was not able to answer. But you see the students answering those questions. Of course, beautiful. Well, we've mentioned that. If you are listening, most of the people we interviewed talked about support as well, from the CEO boiling down to Aisatu, who is the host. We've talked about support. Of course, we often hear that the government cannot do it all. But also I am with the firm belief that if we are also taking the step to make sure that we help the government in whatever it is we believe it's to be done by the government, if we are taking that step, then it's therefore your responsibility to help us. Please keep the support coming in. That's all it takes. Generation Next, that's what we encourage. We try to also inspire, because we believe in life. Sometimes you are stuck. Certain things might happen to you and you think it's only happening to you. This is why we bring in people with stories to share their stories, because we believe once your story is shared, another person listens and then resonate with that story. And of course, it helps the person to keep going. While Generation Next, that's our motive, to inspire, to motivate young people, to redirect their mindset. And yeah, so Mohammed, of course, always been my cameraman. Thank you so much. And thank you, our beautiful audience. And I hope you keep the support and you share, like our page. Of course, when you go on Facebook, when you go on YouTube, when you go on LinkedIn, when you go on TikTok, we're even there. Just type for Generation Next, and you will see the list of programs we're doing, and be part of the family, be part of the support, because it takes 2, 3, a whole country to build a country, not just one person. Thank you very much.